All right, so as I was saying earlier, or just right now, that before this, we were in the intro section. So I was taking it very slow. I was intentionally telling you every move I was making. From here on out, we're going to start speeding up because there's a lot of stuff we want to cover, a lot of cool things, and I want to make sure you have that opportunity, okay? So let's start making Vim my way. Not the Vim way, but my way. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Oh, for those that can't see the Zoom call, it's just beautiful. Everything was fine for a second. So remember when we were in this file? Let's see. So just recurl your previous file down, whatever one I believe is insert mode. Remember how I had to keep on using ZZ to center myself? That was kind of annoying, right? Like you didn't want to have to do that all the time. So we're going to execute our first Vim command together. It's going to be a magical moment. And remember, so I'm going to go into command mode, colon to go into command mode when you're in normal mode. There we go. And I'm going to do this. Set scroll off equals 8. Just scroll off, right? I don't know. It feels like an insult almost. I'm going to hit enter. Now, what this means is that when I'm 8 lines away, it will automatically start scrolling for me. So that way, it is nicer until you get to the bottom of the file. So here, let me zoom out a little bit. If I zoom out a little bit, you'll notice it's not quite there. If I'm too zoomed in, this file's like a little too small to show it, but you can kind of see it, right? Things stay more centered, or they'll at least be like bottom centered. So this is very, very nice little feature to have. I love it. I didn't have it for a long time because I just didn't even know it existed. So just remember that that's a command you can execute in Vim, and it'll be awesome. So let's quit this. I'll give you the next thing to do this. It feels good though, right? Yes. Yes. All right, so let's quit Vim, and we're going to download this upcoming file, okay? So now we're going to start moving a little bit faster, doing some pretty fun things. So I'm going to copy this file. I will throw it into chat. Curl these unknown files. Let's edit them together, okay? I know. How many times can I make that joke before it gets old? I don't even know, but we're going to keep doing it. All right, so we're going to press enter, and now we have a lot more. So once again, notice that if I scroll all the way down, do you see? Scroll off, it didn't stay. Why? Weird. So I'm going to do it again. Set scroll off equals 8. Wow, that's inconvenient to do, but as I scroll, hey, that's really nice. I like to be able to move around and actually move the screen with me. So now let's all together go down to the delete that description. So how you learned how to delete is using DD. So let's just DD that together. DD, 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 DD. There we go. We did it. We just ran through that pretty quickly. Let's undo that, okay? Let's undo our changes we just got done doing, and we're going to do it differently now, all right? We're going to use 7DD. What I just did there is I said, hey, delete these lines, but do it 7 times. That was pretty awesome, right? You just did a bunch of deleting in very little effort. But why was that hard? Think about that for a moment. What made that kind of hard to do? Well, one of the reasons why it made it hard to do is you have no line numbers. How in the world are you supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Oh, sorry, wrong direction. What am I supposed to do? There's no lines right here. And that's problematic, right? You want to be able to know where you're at. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another set command. Set number. What this will do is it will set the numbers into your editor. Oh my goodness, you probably already you're starting to feel like, hey, wait a second. This feels more familiar. I'm starting to not feel as lost as I once was. And so now we can retry 7DD again. Okay, 9 minus 15 is 6. All right, so with DD and the numbers, I have to do 1 plus the math, and I have to do the math in my head. Oh my goodness, this is like not easy. Well, guess what? There's an answer for you. Set relative number. Now, relative and number is a lot of things to type. If you don't want to quite type it all, do rela and then hit tab, and it will complete for you relative number. And if you really don't even want to type that, you can just do rnew for short, right? Relative number. I know, great way to remember it. Hit enter, and look what it's done. We have kept our line number on our current cursor, but then everything else is a relative offset from your cursor. Now, this may seem a little strange, and I totally get it. It is a little strange. It's not like other editors. You wouldn't do this in other editors because you use a mouse and you move around. But for Vim, it makes a lot of sense. Now, I was a relative number hater. Okay, I was all about like, no way. I was just like, not going to happen, right? I was throwing my little danglers all around, very upset about it. But instead, I've learned to love it because I got good at the commands that use relative numbers. So now it's at least easier. I can go, okay, I want to delete up to the function 7dd. Awesome, right? You know what you can also do? You can also go like this, d6j. I want to delete 6 downwards. Now that might feel a little bit better to you, right? Or you can do something like Shift-V, 6j. Now you know what you're about to delete. Let's hit delete. Now notice that we're starting to take all these commands that we've kind of used, and we're starting to kind of build them up into a composed item. It's feeling a lot better. Right now you can start seeing there is actual speed benefits.